So that's fun that Brody's here with us, participating today. I'm glad he can share you with us for a little minute while we talk all things VIP group. It's on the team page. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're good.
Anyway, thanks for saving it because I couldn't find it and little panic attack. So although your pores look lovely, so we could.
Oh, thank you. I cleaned my pores for you guys.
I love it. So with Monique, like anytime I FaceTime her or send her a message, she's always got this gorgeous makeup on and always so put together, and I'm always hot mess express. So that's what I love about this. You can come as you are. If you are fancy and beautiful like Monique, come on. If you are come as you are, this is what you get. Come on. There's room for everybody.
There is sometimes though where I just, or especially on my team page, where I just have no makeup and I'm just like, this is what you get today, guys. Or even in my VIP group, sometimes I'm doing stuff in a hurry and I'm just like, this is it. This is what.
Well, and I think that is one of the huge keys, and I'm excited to hear all of your thoughts on that. I think that's one of the huge keys to your VIP group, and why it works so well is because it's so authentically you. And it's you who does wear makeup every day and likes to wear makeup every day, but it's also you who just shows up and is silly with the world's best funny memes, because I know that's the key to yours. So for all of you, excuse me, who didn't read the intro, this is Monique, and she is one of the amazing directors in our Best Team Ever group of directors. She promoted a year ago and hasn't missed a month since of being paid at title, which means she not only reached and hustled to make that promotion, but she has consistently continued to build her team and just lead like a champ, and they just keep growing and growing, and you're well on your way to the next promotion already. So fantastic leader, amazing seller as well, earned annual sales with months to spare. So Monique's got it going on, and I'm so thrilled that we get to hear from her and just hear how she does it. Because again, there's so many different ways to run our business, and the important thing is to find what works for you and take it and just run with it, because you know, sky's the limit. So, all right, Monique, tell us about what you're doing and how you do it.
So the one thing that I want to emphasize is that everything that I talk about, nothing happened overnight. So in a couple days, Saturday is May 1st. It's my 2-year anniversary. And for the first like 4 or 5 months of my business, I did next to nothing. I opened a VIP group and I would kind of post here and there, but it really took me a while to get off the ground. So I know a lot of times people will come to me and be like, well, like, how come I'm not selling a ton right away? Or how come my launch party didn't blow up? And I just tell them, that's okay. Mine didn't either. I didn't hit shooting star. I didn't get any of the sensational starts. I didn't do any of that. And yet I still built a business over time. So I think the important thing is to do small things every day. Find something you like and to do something in it every day. So I like to compare it to exercise, where like you can't, like if you exercise for 8 hours, you're not going to have the perfect body tomorrow. And it's the same thing with business. At least that's how it is for me, is I do better with doing small, consistent things every day. So with that, with my VIP group, I kind of fell into success by accident. When I started with direct sales, I was with another company a few years ago. And when I started with Scentsy, I told Rihanna, I don't like direct sales anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. And here we are.
And here you are.
So that's a good testimonial for everyone that you go to recruit who is like, no way, this is not for me. I'm just doing it for the discount. You never know. So I started my VIP group, and back when I would do other trainings, I would hear people say, make your VIP group a group of like your start rating fans, of like your biggest fans. And I never understood that. I would post in my VIP group, I'd post new products, or I'd post things I was doing. And it was more like, it was very inconsistent, just kind of when I thought of something. And it was like, and I see a lot of people doing this, like you kind of post and then you like cross your fingers and like hope someone comments or hope someone likes, and like hope somebody wants to buy whatever it is that you're posting. And I really had to completely change that mentality. I just started posting things that I liked, things that I found fun, things that I liked about our products. And then of course I started to post the new releases, and that really helped me build momentum and gain a lot of fans quickly. But I would say 75% of the posts in my VIP group have nothing to do with Scentsy, which
75%.
I would say 75%. I'd say a good 75%. And people are just like, what? Like, how does that make any sense? And it's because you want to build community more than you want to be like, buy my stuff all the time. And so the way I accidentally built community was by posting my favorite things on the internet, which is memes. Memes are what keep me addicted to social media. Being funny is something that I love to do. I love being silly. I love making people smile. I love having social media as something that makes me smile during the day, something that makes me laugh. It helps me get through the day. And so I created that in my VIP group. Again, by accident, like it wasn't a grand master plan. I just started doing it and it worked. And it doesn't, for me, it's memes, but it doesn't have to be memes. Like someone in my downline, Carly Baker, I love her VIP group because she started it and it's called Housewarming with Carly Baker. And she posts all things that she loves about home decor, about, ways she uses Scentsy products. I think she even posted an article about camping, and making camping homey. And I remember seeing that and being like, oh my God, that's so useful. Like, I love this. And it's providing that value is what makes people want to be there. And then when they're there, they happen to see the things that you post, either ways you use the product, the new releases, and then they're more likely to be like, one, they're more likely to see it in their newsfeed because they're already participating in the group, they're already enjoying it, commenting, reacting to posts, and two, then they're more likely to want to buy it. Another thing that's really worked is that since, jokes just kind of happens to be our thing in my group, my customers are posting. My customers are posting. Yeah, I don't even post sometimes. Like, they're the ones doing it for me. And then that makes them comfortable to then post their product testimonials or things that they like. Because I think a lot of times, even in team pages, people join a group and they just think like, I'm an observer, or like I'm on the bleachers, like I shouldn't be doing anything. When really the success of a group on social media is it being a collaborative thing. So.
Yes, and I love that. So did you ask for these product testimonials and these postings and their jokes, or did it just happen, or how did you ignite that?
So the jokes just started happening because then people would see stuff on the internet and would post it. Now, mind you, yes, that's created some problems. I've had to outlaw political jokes. I've had some people leave, but you know what? I just figured those aren't my people. And
right.
It's okay.
Well, and I think that's the key is, like you mentioned, a couple of really good keys is find you and find who you are and what you do. If that's Scentsy mixing and you love to mixology and create like Scentsy recipes, whatever it is, you want people to like, know, and trust you. And if you're only posting just what Scentsy gives us or flyers from the workstation or recopying what somebody else has done, how are they even going to know and like and trust you, because they're not really bonding with you? So
that's
I love
exactly
that you were so you that you gave them permission to be them and to bond with you, but also to show up as themselves as well. So I love that. I love that. That's a great key. And in turn, you said it's 75, and Naomi said it's closer to 90% of all the funny things that you post. But in turn, how is that turning into sales? How does that equate into annual sales?
People are having a blast in the group. They don't leave. They don't leave, so they see all the things that I sell. They see the things that I post. They love me. They've bonded with me, connected with me. So if I do a video, I started doing something called Warmer of the Week, where I'll just get a warmer with Hostess Rewards, and I'll just show it off on camera. I keep all my videos under 5 minutes because I personally know if I see something that's over 5 minutes, I'm not going to watch it. I don't have the attention span. I don't have the time. So I started doing that so that people can see stuff in real life, because the pictures, the catalog often doesn't do it justice. And then people will be like, oh, I want that. And they'll just be like, okay, how do I order it? And so people like me, people like being there. And so by default, they don't mind being sold to the 20% of the time. But if it's all sales, all product pushing, nobody's going to want to be there. That's not why they come on Facebook. That's not why they come on social media. They come on to have a good time, to be distracted, to feel good. So by keeping that place a feel good place, it also kind of creates that connection of like Scentsy is a feel good product. They're posting. So you asked me if I ask people to post product testimonials. Sometimes I do. Like sometimes people PM me and be like, oh my God, like I love this warmer that I just got so much better than I thought. And I'll be like, oh my God, can you post that in my group, please? That would be such a huge help. And people are just happy to do it.
Yeah.
I don't give away a ton of free stuff. Once in a while, I'll do like a game day. I've got like a lot of scent circles or something, but in California, it's hot and it's unpredictably hot. So I don't like to mail wax. So like scent circles are my go-to. I'll shoot some scent circles, but there's not a lot of drawings, not a lot of giveaways. I don't have to beg people to buy. I just make them feel good.
I love it. I love it. Well, and I love that there's not this transition between your 75% fun and 25% sales where you're like, okay, now I'm going to sell to you. You're the same Monique, and you're showing them, this is how I use it. This is in my home. This is my favorite tip. And you know what? I don't like this one, but I love this one, you know? So it's congruent with the same Monique that you're showing up all together. And I think that's another good key.
And it's just created this tribe of people who just like reorder. Yeah. And it blows my mind because you really have to make sure you're in the right mindset too, because I used to be in a very cheap mindset. Like I would never have, I did buy Scentsy in the past, but I wouldn't reorder every month or every other month. Like it was something I bought sparingly. So I can't think that everyone's like that because they're not. They really aren't. So I took out the mindset of like, oh, am I pushing too much? Am I too salesy? Am I posting too much? No, because people will make the choice to buy it. And being that the group isn't 100% sales, I'm not pushy. I'm just like, hey, look, this is new. This is so cool. I love the way this smells. Then people go, oh, really? Okay, I'll try it. And then the next person tries it. And then before you know it, they've added a friend who's trying it. So that's kind of how I've done it. And it surprised me. It's blown me away. But at the same time, it's made a lot of sense.
Yeah. No, I love that. And I love, like you've said a couple of good keys just to, wrap it up. You said you keep them under 5 minutes. I agree. I think that's super, super crucial to get in short and sweet. And I'm not. I always talk way too much. But I love it and I try, and I love, and I've noticed that a lot of people, instead of being like, I'm going to show you all of our cleaning line, they say, let's just talk about Scent Soft today. And so instead of trying to do the whole thing, do one product, not even a whole product line or category. And that's where I get, trapped up. And then I try to make it way too long because I'm like, no, don't tell everything about everything. Yeah. Pick one thing and share that today.
Yeah. And like, if I know that I'm gonna, like, if I have Sunday and like my husband takes the kids to the park, so there's not screaming in the background of my videos, I'm like, yes. And I know I want to show 3 things, then I'll do 3 separate videos. I will do all 3 things in one video because somewhere something's going to get lost. Like people are going to drop off at some point. So I've even started doing that in my team page. And I think my team appreciates little quick 5 minutes of like what's on my mind, what I'm working on, or like what I'm getting a lot of DMs on. And they can just kind of watch it or like listen to it and drive. And it's not like some big, huge, long training. And I think that's what I want to emphasize is like, it's not I don't do this big, long 8-hour hustle every day or 5-hour hustle or set aside 2 hours every day. It's like whenever I can pick up my phone, whenever I just make sure my VIP group is a priority, there's a post in there every day of something. Awesome. And so you have to show up and you have to be consistent every day, but that every day, it could be 10 minutes. It could be 5 minutes. Yeah. It doesn't have to be this long hustle at all.
I love it. Yeah, no, I love it. You can also batch your videos. Like you said, you'll do like 3 videos in a row, and then you could upload those 3 separate days. If you're like, I know tomorrow's going to be crazy, you can, batch load it to where you do all of your videos one day of the week and then post them if you need to, or just go live. But so, or like if you're like, okay, today I'm going to take a picture of all the different products in my home, and you spend that afternoon staging and getting all your pictures. in an album on your camera roll, then you can, that way you don't have to be like staging your home every day,
right.
but it looks like you're always having fresh content. So, yeah,
exactly.
Really, really good tips. So, well, Monique, you have just done so much. Okay, just super quickly, because I think a lot of people don't understand the basics of the algorithm and the game we have to play, and why things like interacting or even playing a silly game to get people to comment, why that is super key to keeping your group even seen. Can you just, in a nutshell, tell us your take on the algorithm and what you do to maximize it?
So I did some part-time work in social media being a moderator, and this is where I learned a lot of this stuff. And the thing is that especially if people are in a ton of different groups or have a ton of different friends, Facebook is only going to throw to their newsfeed things that are going to keep them scrolling, keep them on the phone. So if a post has no likes, no comments, especially if it doesn't from their friends, it's not going to go to their newsfeed. It's not going to show up in the algorithm for it to be seen. Now, one thing that I want to emphasize, though, is a lot of times people will be like, well, I post or I stopped doing videos because nobody was commenting on my videos. Doesn't mean they're not watching them. It doesn't mean they're not. I've done warmers of the week where I have hardly no comments, and then boom, I see order for that warmer, order for that warmer, order for that warmer. So you have to just be patient, be trusting, and you know, by posting things that aren't super salesy all the time, that get reactions, that get comments, that's more likely to show up in your group members' news feeds. And then if they add a friend to your group, to their friends' news feed. So this also works for Facebook parties. This is why hostess participation is key. If your hostess is not doing anything, if you're having a launch party and the consultant that you're helping launch is not doing anything, none of the posts are going to show up on their friends' news feeds because you're not friends with their friends. So why is Facebook going to show them your post? You're not friends with them.
Yep, for sure. And it's okay to ask and request. Have you ever watched somebody on YouTube or live and be like, hey, comment below where you're watching from, or comment, you know, give me a high five if you brushed your teeth today or something.
Yeah,
so
I forget to do that, but yeah, like that's like normal video culture now. Like, yeah, there's no problem with that either. Sometimes I'll even go and like, if I go live and I get a lot of comments, I'll go back to that video and comment on the bottom and be like, hey, I'm about to go live again at such and such time. And then that people get the notification and they go, oh, okay, then I'll go check that out.
Awesome. Or even just commenting in response, even if you answered it in the video, the more that you banter back and forth in the comments, it keeps that video refreshing in their feed too. Yeah.
And so that works for any post. That works for any post. So even in parties, this is why I tell people, or even, and this goes in my VIP group too, if someone comments, I'm answering them. Because if someone comments and says something, it's like they're walking up to your face and saying something to you, and you're just standing there like this. Yeah. Totally. That's why I respond, even if it's like an LOL. I tell my hostesses, post a GIF, like post a funny picture or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just comment something and start the conversation in the comments, and then people are going to see that on their newsfeed.
Yep. So very important. And you just feel better because everybody wants to be acknowledged. And like you said, it just feels kind of rude. Like, she didn't even care about my comment, you know? Yeah. So, yeah.
And that's how you build connection, really, because if you're interacting with them, then they feel connected to you and they're more likely to buy from you or stay in your groups. So.
Yep, for sure. Well, this was awesome. Thanks for all of your tips. We always try to keep them short and sweet, not under 5 minutes, but thanks for all of, like I said, you're just doing so many great things, and even just the framework of kind of where you're coming at from it mentally and what you're going for is just super fun to hear and so helpful. So thanks for inspiring all of us today and sharing your great tips of your VIP page and how you're beating that algorithm, because that's what I hear a lot of times is people are like, oh, my group is crickets. How do I make it change?
So I didn't see all the comments, so I'll go through, and if there's questions, I'll answer questions, or like feel free to DM me too. So
awesome. Perfect. I think most of them were just singing your praises, saying they're loving it and they love you. So awesome.
Cool,
job.
awesome.
And, yeah, thanks again, Monique. And
thank you.
have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.